What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's Chef the Matrix in the building. I got Coach David, aka the Grinch. Y'all see it? It's there. I'm reading what's on there, right? Like, so news comes out. I know you watch Super Bowl. We obviously not. We've already covered the Super Bowl, and we said all peace on everything involved. But somehow, right? One of the dumbest morons, Mr. Patrick Mahomes Sr., who just can't stay out of trouble. He's walking around fucking Bourbon Street. How the fuck does he go and bump into the only crazy, raging redneck, fucking John Rocker, who I haven't heard nothing since fucking they wanted Battery Day in Shea Stadium?
Yeah, I haven't heard about that guy forever. Every time he came to New York, they hated him though. He was a nemesis there. And his name is perfect, John Rocker, because he's off his rocker. That dude is super crazy. I don't even know if he's on steroids. I think he's just naturally crazy.
Yo, bro, he looks bigger than he did as a player, right?
I know.
I Googled, bro, to make the graphic, right? I'm like, I gotta fucking Google John Rocker and see what I could find because I didn't want to put him as as a player. Bro,
right.
He's got no shirt on. He's fucking ripped. And I'm like, now, granted, listen, when we say he's off his rocker, he shitted on Mets fans on the fucking 7 train. He made it abundantly clear he had no problem with the Yankees. He hated the Mets. He hated the Mets fans that were on the 7. He made a specific point. You dirty Mets fans on the 7, right? Like, he shitted on your whole train system. John Rocker's that guy. Mahomes Sr. Like, how do you bump into the only lunatic and then want to bang out, right? Like, I seen it. It's hard to hear. It's Bourbon Street. Can't really hear, what the argument is.
Yeah.
But what could they have said to each other so bad that now they're going to fight on an upcoming card for fucking Bleacher Report? This is a legit fight.
I know. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe he bet on the game and lost. I have no idea. But whatever it was, unless he said something about his, I don't know. I mean, Mahomes Sr., only thing I know him as, he was an average pitcher. He wasn't great. He was decent. He was serviceable. Unless, I mean, I don't know what they could be fighting about, those two. They're both guys that are nowhere near Hall of Famers. They're just known for whatever. Senior's more known only now because of his son, more so. And Rocker's known because he was always crazy back in his days when he was in Atlanta. Then he retired and nobody heard about him. Unless he's hitting the gym because he looks like he's buffed up.
Dude, like, I'm a little confused, right? Because now I know that Patrick Mahomes Sr. had, like, I don't know if it's alcohol problems. I know he went to jail, like an overnight kind of thing. Not like he didn't get locked up or prison, nothing, because he's his dad, right? But he went to a holding cell, right? He went to a holding cell because he acted like a fool. Now, I'm not trying to say John Rocker's the better fighter because he had a better career than Patrick Mahomes, right? Like a senior. But until I'm not a big baseball guy. Until I did my homework to find out, well, who is Patrick Mahomes Sr. outside of being the fucking dad to Patrick Mahomes? So I found a picture of him as a major league pitcher.
Yeah, he was a starter.
Like, I'm like, okay. So I look at his stats. I'm like, well, he's nobody, right? Like, now we're not saying he's nobody because he wasn't a good pitcher at that level. You made it to the pros. You're a somebody. You just weren't good enough to hang around.
Exactly.
So yeah, he's not. And listen, John Rocker for a few years, he was hot. Pause.
Yeah, I mean, for a while he was a dominant closer, so he held it down for the Braves. He was one of their key players, even though they weren't winning the big chip with him.
Yeah.
But he was a big part of what they were, Atlanta, at that time.
So I was like, all right. And as Yankee fans who we have Mets fans, friends, and people like Pete, Ed, Craig, we gave them shit back in the days. And I'm not trying to act like I was a huge John Rocker fan, but when it was to talk shit to my Met fan friends, John Rocker was my point of attack, right? Like, I'll tell him, yo, dude, you've been there. You've been there. When I'm like, yo, you got this guy shitting on you people, and y'all do nothing.
He didn't care. And he was
you
crazy. Trained too.
Bro. Like, listen, I'm glad he never did that in the Bronx, right? Because
he would have stomped on. Because they're crazy out there.
You might have got pushed into you might not have got on the train, right? Like,
that's true.
Let's just be honest. So for some reason, this crazy sucker, let me not say sucker because he's bad shit crazy. This crazy man not only shitted on the 7 train, but rode the 7 train to a Met game. Bro, your country hillbilly ass is next level, right? Like, now granted, and the crazy part is he didn't even do it incognito. Now, granted, he wasn't in a John Rocker uniform, right? He had his, pants and shirt on and a cap. But if you're a diehard baseball fan, right, and say I'm a diehard Met fan, if I look over and know that's John Rocker, you gotta test this gangster, right? You gotta test him, right? Like, he bombed up.
It's even better if you get beat up because now you're gonna sue him and you're gonna make money. And if you beat him up, you're a legend. So it's a win-win situation for you at that point.
Yeah,
you get beat up, you get paid. You beat him up, it's bragging rights.
Let me tell you right now. If you try to test John Rocker, I don't know the man personally. I don't know him. But if you walk up on some, hey, yo, bitch, motherfucker, fuck you, get off my train, and you get up with that energy, he's gonna bring that energy too. So if you're not built for the fight,
crack you first. He just like crack. See, me, I wouldn't even talk shit to him. I wouldn't even give him the chance because fuck that. If I were the Met fan, I would just attack him.
You sneak him. You're gonna sneak him.
You say something to him, he's gonna knock you out. I mean, especially if you're not that kind of guy.
Word. Listen, I don't know. All right. So I've talked shit. This is no breaking news, right? Like, I like to talk shit. I'm a sports guy, talk shit. If you talk, we haven't played on a Major League Baseball level, but I would never go to someone's town. Like, you're not seeing me go to Chicago, Detroit, New York, California, and being on some fuck California and all you shitbag fans, fuck New York. I am not doing that. That's one. And then I'm going to tell you now, I'm not even trying to act like a punk, but I'm not shitting on whatever your mass transportation is and then riding it. Like, this dude was bugged out. So I'm not saying, I don't know nothing about Patrick Mahomes Sr. I've been Googling all day.
There's not really much. No, he's got a quiet life. Like I say, he's a mediocre pitcher. Even after that, I don't think he really did much after he retired from baseball or whatever. I don't even know what he's doing for a job. But I never saw him as the kind of. Now, sometimes you gotta be careful because usually the quiet silent guys are guys you gotta watch out for too, because you don't know much about him, so you never know. Maybe does he have a little background in some fighting or stuff like that? Because I don't know if he was a boxer or anything like that. So I'm saying you never know. But listen, Rocker, is flat out crazy. So this fight, if Mahomes Sr. is serious, well, one, he better be training, and two, you better have some kind of skill, because Rocker may not have skill, but he's a raging lunatic. And my defense against that is let him try to wear himself out. And when he tires out, you give him the shot, like Mayweather would do. Let you get tired and then ping you. Well, I think that would be his best shot, unless maybe Mahomes Sr.'s, got a former past background in something when he was growing up that we don't know about. Because, like I said,
the hard
no one
part
really
is,
Googled him.
Like, knowing I was going to talk about this with you today, right? I was like, all right, let me do as much homework as I can, because I know all we got to do is say John Rock is crazy, bring up some of the craziness, and he's a country boy. Those country dudes, they have different strength. Like, that's next level strength. That's farm strength shit. Yeah. And if you don't understand that farm strength shit, I'm telling you, that is. I don't care if you lift weights. I'll take a farm strength motherfucker over a lift weight motherfucker. Like, it's built different. So I'm like, I know John Rock is bad shit crazy. I don't gotta Google him, right? Like, I haven't heard about this guy since the Mets shit. So I'm
Right.
like, all right, let me fucking just stay on Mahomes Senior. I found that he played baseball. I looked at his stats. I tried to see if he got any trouble with the law prior, like if he was a street guy or something. I couldn't find nothing. And I'm like, I hope he used these growing up and muscle memory. If not, this fight is coming up sooner than later. This is not like a 6 months down the line. So
I know.
You better be fucking getting your son to get you the best trainers you can, because you're going into a battle with a nutcase, not like a let's do this for the bag and whatever happens. This guy, I don't see him taking a fall. Rocket don't seem like that kind of nut.
Yeah, I don't think it's about money for whatever. I mean, I just don't understand how they had so much animosity over whatever was said over the Super Bowl weekend. I mean, unless the father was just upset because his son's team shit the bed and got embarrassed, and maybe Rocker was laughing at him or so. I don't know. I mean, like you said, you can't really make out what happened over there. You can't tell. And then of all the places, Mardi Gras.
You know what I'm saying? Like, here's my thing, right? Like, anybody now, I've never been to Bourbon Street. I've never done it.
Yeah.
But it's a crowded environment, right? Like,
you're bumping people all the time.
So when your peripheral is going to be colorless, and when I say that, because there'll be white, black, Spanish, Asian, goods, it's Bourbon Street during Mardi Gras.
Right.
During Super Bowl weekends.
That too.
So you're going to have nothing but faces. How do you not realize, or how do you realize, well, that's John Rocker, let me go talk shit. Well, that's Patrick Mahomes Sr., let me talk. You're not going to recognize, bro, I know you for almost 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
Right? About 30 years.
Yep.
And in 30 years, if I put you in the middle of fucking Bourbon Street and I'm having a beer, not twisted or nothing, and you walk by, I'm not going to recognize you, right? There's too many people to focus on one person, and these two fucking weirdos decide to lock in on each other and talk shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be entertaining. Everybody wants to see it, so I mean, I guess nowadays that's how it is. Old celebrities, old players, old athletes, they just start fighting, and people want to see it.
I mean, the winner might get Jake Paul next.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. That's just come on, stop.
So here's my thing, right? Like, we don't know. I don't know Rocker's training. I'm pretty sure he definitely is. He's probably fucking lifting cows now, right? Like,
or six packs.
But if you had to pick, now I don't know if it's a 12 round, 9 rounds. I don't know. But if you had to pick a winner, right? And obviously, I'm going to pick Rocker because he's just nuts.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a Mahomes, like I said, I'm going to try to use that to my advantage. Knowing that he's a guy who's always like, not that he was on roids or anything, but he has that roid rage kind of thing. He's just full block. If I'm him, all you got to do is weather that first couple of minutes, and he'll probably wear himself out. And then if you had any, skills with the hands at all, now's your opportunity to go, because listen, I don't know if Rocker can take a hit. We know he can throw him, but can he take it? I don't know. Maybe he's got a glass jaw. Like,
that's true. Like, what you're saying makes sense, because anyone that ever lived through the Rocker era, that fucking outfield wall would open up, and he's running down 100 miles an hour, right? Like, homie, it's a commercial break. You can fucking crawl there, relax, right? Like, and he's
yeah, I know. I'm telling you, he was always full of rage. He was like a very angry guy, and people like that, they're damned, but you can use that against them and use it to beat them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. It'll be entertaining. I hope, at least.
I mean, listen, Patrick Mahomes Sr., I think a lot of people are pulling for you because it's really easy to not like Rocker, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's easy. And I'm sure, now that we're saying it this way, you have all of old school Met fan nation behind you. Because all those 7 train riders want you to beat the shit out this guy.
Yeah, that's for sure. This Rocker's not a fan in the New York Met organization, that's for sure.
See, this is where I wish we had Pete and Ed on just for this quick little net thing, right?
Yeah.
Next time they ever want to do a Met show, I'm bringing up. I'm gonna see if they have like a $4.99 Timu jersey of fucking John Rocker. That should go up right there, right? Like, but piss them off a little bit. But listen, all right, I think we're split. I think.
Yeah, we'll
and
split.
I like what you said. If you would have said what you said.
Because, like I said, if I'm a home senior, I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to let Rocker come out like a raging lunatic that he is, flying after me, throwing super haymakers. As long as he don't connect, you're good. I mean, like I said, we don't even know if these guys can take shots. So who knows? This might be one of these old school street fights, and who knows? It might even last a minute or so. So who knows? But I mean, yeah, just for shit.
Crazy to double uppercut each other and they both get knocked out.
Imagine they both connect and knock each other out. I mean, So for shits and giggles, I'll take Mahomes Sr. just because I figure he's an older man. He's a little wiser. Maybe he'll just use Rocker's aggression against him, and that's because listen, if you don't channel that anger and energy, it can also be flipped on you. So we'll see.
And we all know, obviously, Rocker's still John Rocker, right? Like,
oh yeah, he showed that already. I'll kill you, man. Fuck Hulkamania.
And I'm surprised a guy like him didn't get into wrestling, right? With the way.
I know. You know why? Because he probably get into real fights with them, and they can't have that.
That's true. That's true. Because John Rock is not a gimmick. You know what I mean?
No, he's not. He's that. That's true.
Imagine one of these guys. I'll beat your ass. What?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so listen, we talked this. We got one more topic because we were talking something prior. So if you're into dunk contest shit, you're gonna hear us rip into this because listen, I'm a big dunk contest guy, and I'm not liking what's going on in the direction of the NBA All-Star game. Yes. So I think we're gonna come in hot. Yeah, so listen, it's Monday, 6:23 p.m. You'll see this tomorrow, Tuesday. The dunk contest thing, you probably see like a Thursday or Friday or whatever. Tommaso, Coach Dave, we out of here.
The coach, welcome to the show. The chef is Cyborg, saving sports radio. Football addicts, since they learn how to walk. Been giving 2 cents since they learn how to talk. Yo, it's me, Gray Cloud, know the voice of New York. The highs, the lows, the wins, the bosses. You ain't a damn loser if you took some losses. Put the gloves on, let's see who's the source.